Begin.
Chapter 1. Short stories. So these are all stories that have taken place from like my secondary school. Now names I will only mention if they gave consent, which is only just one person, and that's my best mate. He has fully accepted this. Maybe. But if not, if he was here, he'd happily insult me right now. But he's not, so I'm allowed to go with it. So, this first story, to put it like this, it's not really a story, just more so something that I believe happened. You're going to have to take these stories with a grain of salt. Because it could just be that I have a fractured memory and I'm remembering something else, or these did happen and I'm just an idiot. But essentially, one of these stories, we came up with a saying that was, she gave hand to become head. Because the head of our science teacher did it with the head of our school. Now the reason why we say she gave hand to become head was because of his name was Mr. Hand. and to probably, because apparently someone walked in on them doing it. And so apparently they were doing it on the teacher's lounge, on the table thing. And also, the way this room was set, picture like this. The door is here. You walk in through this way. And what we had was an atrium, which was essentially this mini outside place, that led to here. Now, you could perfectly see through these windows. So they had to cover up the windows before they actually did anything, which is just kind of funny. Yeah, that's really all I can say. The saying was just like she gave hand to become head, which everyone immediately ran with. Which, yeah, it's kind of funny when you think about it. The second story was how, I know, it happened to me. Someone called me a transphobe, and that because I said they had a baby face. Now the reason this one happened is because these group of year 10s, I believe, walking down. Now keep in mind, one of these people has like a walk like this. So I immediately I can tell just by looking at them. I know your whole personality just from that walk alone. Anyways, one of them bumps into Ben. Ben just mutters under his mouth, bitch. Just a simple bitch. And they overheard him and were like, hey, who said that? All of us were staying silent, but my girlfriend decided, okay, I'm gonna take the fall. So she said it was me. Now, I don't know what they were comparing her to. For all I know, they could say, yeah, you know, you look like Sabrina Carpenter. However, given her reaction, I didn't take it that way. And so, she gets her stuff, walks off. The moment she does that, I turn around to the guy and I just say, that's rich coming from the guy who looks like he has a baby face, because his face was smooth as shit. I'm telling you, it was like fucking baby powder ass level smooth that face was. And he just started going off on me, calling me, I do think he called me like a transphobe, homophobic and that. And I'm just like, brother, you were the piece of shit first. That's not my fault. And again, like I said, they could have been comparing it to Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know, because I wasn't paying attention to what he said. But anyways, after that, I checked on my girlfriend. She was fine. And for my final short story, I believe it was... Oh, how I got called a pedo by someone's mum on GTA. To put it like this, it was just essentially, I was with 5 other people, we were doing heists. I was a host in one, a friend was a host in another. I was a high level, so even if I wasn't a host in one, I kind of have to be there because they were struggling with the heist. Now, my proposal was that I'll do the heist with the people I started with, and then we'll do the heist with how you did yours. Perfectly acceptable. Except for this one person who was just going off, saying how, no, I want to be in both heists, I want to be in both heists, I want the money. And I'm like, that's not fair on me, because hosts don't get paid for heists. But after a while, I hear his headset go off him, and all of a sudden his mum just gets on the mic. Now, I need to say this, for a 14-year-old, I had a deep voice. To the point where I had 2 other online mates and they originally thought I was 18 because of how deep my voice was when I was 14. And so she goes on and she hears my voice, so immediately she just gets on, just like, oh, you're Peter, you're like talking to kids. I just say, ma'am, your kid is playing GTA, a game that's 18 plus. That's kind of shocking, you know, he's talking to people who are older than him. No shit, Sherlock! And so, he quits the party, obviously embarrassed, and we end up doing both heists without him. Good. Could you say it was deserved? I don't know. But that's enough of the short stories. Let's go into a more longer story. The passing out incident, or the blackout incident. Now this one took place on a Friday, year 10. It was a history lesson, I remember this, clear as day. But we were learning about bloodletting. Now here's some things you need to know. 1, I have a creative imagination. I can imagine something very well. 2, I was walking from home to the school, which is Stapen Hill to St. Luke's Park. And according to my mum, she said it was a 3.6-mile walk. So I was walking to and from, and also I barely ate anything. Like, I don't eat much at all. So as you can imagine, there's probably like a bunch of factors that go into this. And so, I'm sitting there, I decided to read ahead, because, well, I got bored. I wasn't allowed to go on my iPad and just watch memes on Discord or something. I just wasn't allowed to do that. I did that a lot. So I just started reading, learned about bloodletting, and I'm thinking about how it would feel to be the person that is being bloodletted, and also someone watching it. And so I start feeling queasy. And I want to say this, to anyone who's never experienced blacking out, it's like your whole body kind of just turns off. You know what I'm saying? Like the body just goes off, like everything shuts down. And when I do say it turns off, I do mean everything does turn off, essentially. Yeah, like that. Like that just happened. And so, I'm sitting there, and I go, oh, I feel shit. I might just put my hand up and tell my teacher, can I go to the toilet? I don't get that chance. So let me do this like this, so in that way, yes, I actually have a clear definition of how it looks. So, when I pass out, I feel like I'm sitting like this. However, when I come to, I'm like that. I'm essentially falling off my chair. Not exactly, but almost like that. Pass out, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? But I also know what happened. And so, as I said, I just don't feel anything. I still feel like I'm in this position, sitting upright, when I'm like that on my chair. So and again, I don't feel anything. I don't feel pain. Like, generally speaking, you could probably break my arm in these few seconds, and I just would not feel anything. And so, after all that happened, I asked the 2 girls behind me, oh yeah, also, one of them apparently, when it happened, just ran out. They ran out the moment I passed out. which I found kind of funny, but according to them, this is how it went, from their point of view. From their point of view, it looked like I was going to stretch, because I do stretch a lot. But according to them, I apparently just slammed my head on their table and then just slid off it. Which is, you know. And also, something else, like, it's not the first time it's happened. I've passed out multiple times. One time was, no one was around. I passed out and I fell over my chair. So it was just literally like that. Another time that happened, I was in my room. We're going to go walk the dog. And then something to notice that the way this wall works is like it has the wall, but then it has like this little bit that curves in and then straight down. When I passed out, I full on banged my head on this like little point. Again, I didn't feel it. That's generally why I say your whole body just turns off, because you just don't feel anything. Like in all these instances, I felt like nothing happened. I didn't feel pain. Not even afterwards, just nothing. But as funny as that story is, I think it's time to move on to my final one. The ex-lover's quarrel. And the random friend. So, this involves me, Ben, and our exes. So, the way this originally worked was that Ben and his ex broke up. We think nothing of it. I say to mine, well, we're not going to let theirs affect us because they were essentially two friend groups. However, Ben messaged me being like, yeah, she keeps on messaging me, her and another friend, just saying like, oh, you disgusting pig and all that. So I just messaged being like, yeah, you mind chilling out? And she's just like, I don't know what you're talking about, that's not me. And I'm like, yeah, well, can you tell your friend then to stop? And something she said was that Ben cheated on her. I know Ben enough to like, no, he doesn't cheat. That man is just overtly flirty. Some of you have even met Ben. You just know he's incredibly like
gay.
Yes. So I asked her, who did he cheat with you on? And the response was, everyone. So I jokingly say, oh, thanks for saying me and Ben were in a relationship. She was immediately confused, and I was just like, it's because she said it was in a relationship with everyone, which implies that me and Ben were in a relationship. Now, I can't remember exactly what happened. I can always go back and look at the messages, but to be honest, I just die of laughter every time I look back. But I know one of the things I said was because she was saying how she didn't hug him because she had PTSD. I said, now you can feel free to argue whether or not this was allowed, but I just said that's not an excuse for you to not show affection back. And so after that, we just stopped talking there, and then my girlfriend messages me being like, yo, what you doing defending him? And I'm like, yeah, it's my friend. Who am I gonna pick? My friend who I've known for years and years and years, or a girl I met 4 months ago? A tough decision, I know. And so she's just like, okay, that's it, we're done. You don't get to talk to my friends like that. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Now, you'd think that'd be the end of it.
Oh my.
No! Because one of the friends, who I'm going to call Lou, he was a friend that we kind of usually took a piss out of, that's because he took piss out of another friend. So we were just like, okay, that makes sense. But in this, we say to our old friends, being like, yeah, we're done. And we noticed Lou kept on leaving the group chat. And so I messaged him like, yo, what's going on? And he's just like, oh, you were a shit boyfriend. Both you and Ben will never pull this shit again. I'm just sitting I'm just sitting there reading this, just like, huh? Huh? What do you mean I was a shit boyfriend? What trick did I pull? Wait, I'm so confused. Like, I was just like, where is this coming from? It's just like, yeah, you were a shit boyfriend, you never cared for both you and Ben never did. I'm like, brother, I took time. And one of the things he said was I apparently didn't show affection because I didn't kiss her. We both agreed that if neither of us felt comfortable, we wouldn't do it. That's what we agreed to. And so we go on like back and forth for a minute, and then that's the end. So I think it was at night. I go to bed. I wake up. Now keep in mind, I don't have an iPad, right? Well, no. I don't have a phone. I didn't have a phone at this point. I had an iPad. So when I wake up, I turn around, I check my iPad, and I see 3 Instagram paragraphs from Lou. That's all, oh, I'm a grown man, I have responsibilities. And right now, I'm in the mood to kill you. Come down to Tutbury if you've got something to say to my face. And to tell another friend that he stinks of piss and I got some random person who I don't care about. It seems you lost the war. Now again, I just woke up, I checked my iPad, I'm like, no! the fuck? I was just like, what the fuck? It was just so random. Like, I thought it was all dropped and they just, nope. I wake up to that. Now, shortly after that, it turns out Lou and my ex got together. Now, here was something I said to myself. If their relationship lasts less than mine and hers did, I'm going to laugh my fucking ass off. And so, 3 weeks later, I'm in my bed. I'm in bed. I'm chilling. I'm watching YouTube. And then all of a sudden, I see a notification that just says, Kyle, you might have been right. You might have been right about her. And I was just like, I was just thinking to myself, bring me my money, baby, bring me my money. I fucking called it, baby. And so you're saying how she was talking to someone else, wanting to have like another relationship while still going out with him. And it turns out, like I actually knew this later on, but when I was with her, she was apparently talking to someone else. And when this person said, would you drop your boyfriend for me? Her response was, I don't know, maybe. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Looking back, I'm like, yeah, okay, I should have done that. But anyways, me and Lou ended up being friends again. And it was just a really funny experience that happened between me, Ben, and our exes and this random friend. But that's kind of it. I don't really have anything else to tell you. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I did. No, it was on the side. It was inside What? No.
Yes, he is.
No, I'm not, Ace.
Well, that story I said about it. That was something.
I know to mention it to Ben, he'll probably know.
That's science. That's science. The first one about the that's it. Red. And then it's missed. She couldn't say it, but it was missed. What they used to have. He was also accused of being
Harry, please don't mind me.
Yeah, I feel like I ended up switching up to like a stand-up comedian, like a Bill Burr kind of thing. Okay, I need to take this shirt off.
Yes! Yes! Sweetie!
That was the most on that. Mine is bad. I'm not
That's a beautiful start.
It's almost done. What? Oh! I didn't even see that.
Right, I remember that. You, not allowed any. None of this here, it's for you. So everyone else is going to be...
Not gonna lie, kind of.
You're involved in this, so... You're sat there, co-conspiring. I heard what you've done. It's all about you. Yeah, but make sure you talk about how you've contributed. That's the most important.
We get a warboard.
I would see more. Right. It's the same amount of bags. It's the size of the popcorn. Get your facts straight before I use them.
Because
Right,
we're not going
you.
to do the film stuff.
None of this is for you. You've joined the not can't have any. Yes.
Ollie, I think you've done a brilliant job.
Like someone to shit out
Okay, I'll be honest. The third short story was improvised.
Really?
That wasn't the intended story.
Literally.
Hand or head?
Yeah, hand in hand.
Oh my days.
Now we're taking Stevie fucking out of
She looked like the type of
give head to get. Give head to get
Alfie! Salted alright for you, boy? Yeah. There you go then. Why are you still recording?